Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. Welcome to my YouTube channel. On today's vlog, we are going to be showing the simplest way of making moi moi in Africa. Please join me. So, these are the vegetables we shall be using in this recipe. We have shombo, we have tatashe, we have onion, we have fresh tomato, we have garlic, and we have ginger. In my years of making moi moi, I like putting more of garlic than ginger. But your choice is your choice. You might like ginger over garlic, but I like garlic in moi moi more than ginger. And I go in to always remove the seed due to the bitter taste that comes with the seed, especially on tatashe. The seed is not something you want to experience. Moving forward, I also like a bigger quantity of onion in my moi moi due to the taste it has on it. But you can choose not to put such quantity in your own depending on your choice. You go with what actually works for you or what your kids can tolerate. Due to my kids don't like, especially my son don't like seeing onion on his plate, so I do well to blend it more and input it in their food than cutting it in small chops so that they will not see it and get to reject the food from me. Sometimes I add it a lot. Now for the garlic part, I like using a lot of garlic in my moi moi than ginger, because the aroma that comes with the garlic when added is so refreshing. We are still getting through with the cleaning of the veggies. We are going to be washing it so that we'll get it chopped in smaller sizes so that my blender will take it and not get it heavier down. I'm just managing the one lucky blender I got. For the past 4 years, I've changed blender more than 3 times or 2 times, and at this one I got, I promised myself that I will never overload it for any reason. So whenever I want to blend something, I get to chop it into smaller sizes so that it can be easier on the blender. And I forgot to tell you people, I use a bit of small fresh tomato because of my experience one time. There was a time fresh tomato was in the market, like it was in its season. I have to buy half pen to make moi moi, and that moi moi, it was so sour, like as in you could see that sour taste that comes with, as in when you do not fry your fresh tomato very well. And I promised myself from that day that no matter how fresh tomato is in season, I will not incorporate it much in my food. We'll be using a little quantity of pepper due to the shombo and tatashe. You know it has a high rate of pepperish taste when used in bigger quantity. So because of my kids' consumption, I tend not to use so much pepper so that the food will not be rejected, because they like their mommy's cooking. This is the time to bring everything together I'm rewashing the beans. Like I told you earlier, I have to wash the beans a day before this particular day I'm making this video, because I wash it previously to soak it so that it will be tender when it gets to the washing machine. But you can wash yours and take it to the engine, or you use your blender, depending on how your blender can handle the texture of the beans. Ready and about to be blended. Oh, I just got one garlic at the process of cleaning up. Okay, it's time to clean up and tidy it. Time to blend. And this is my 3 cups of beans with a lot of veggies to add color, flavor and taste to the moi moi. And this is the after blending. This is the puree of the moi moi. Can you see how colorful it looks? Just because of that large quantity of shombo and tatashe I added. I don't use artificial coloring for anything. And these are my 2 eggs. I use minced meat. This is my vegetable oil. This is a Titus fish I got. I've already used half of it in making food for my kids the previous day. You can do well to either use Titus fish, meat, goat meat, chicken, mice meat, depending on what your tolerance can be. But I use all, depending on what the spirit lists on a particular time I'm making this. This is time to grease the plate so that it can be easy to wash after it, because sometimes I used to tell my people here, I'll tell it is not to make moi moi that is the problem, it is the aftermath of the moi moi, because sometimes after eating it you get tired and you wash it, but when you grease the pan you will notice that when you are eating it everything is going out at once. So I would suggest you grease your plate for the moi moi so that it will be easier to wash after eating. Let us go in with our vegetable oil. You pour in at your desired taste and quantity you want. I like my moi moi to be a little bit soft and tender. So the only 2 things I know in years is when you add enough oil and enough onion. But if you don't want to add too much quantity of the vegetable oil, you can still do it at your desirable quantity. Let's mix everything together. And this is salt. I use 2 spoonfuls of salt. We're going to be using 4 cubes of Maggi. I'm using 2 star and 1 knorr. You know, 1 knorr comes in 2 cubes. So I like star a lot. I like star a lot. I can't do without star. I don't know if it's because of a belief I have with my mom, because throughout my upbringing my mom did not get to use any other cube. Even till now she uses only Maggi, and I'm still incorporating that in my dishes because I haven't gotten to differentiate between Knorr and Maggi. I'm stick with Maggi, but if you use the Knorr chickening seasoning you would understand that that is the top notch. So we have to add a little bit of curry, since we do not get to cook any meat that will enhance the taste of maybe a meat seasoning. I have to add more curry so that it will also give it a flavor. You have to whisk it so much so that everything will come to a perfect taste. You can go in again, stir it thoroughly. Stir it till everything comes together. And this is my mice meat. I'll be adding half of it and also stir it. And I'll be leaving the other half for the toppings of the moi moi so that it will serve as tatos in our moi moi. Keep stirring. Keep stirring till you get your perfect consistency. It is a time to use our plate. Let's dish. Are you seeing how colorful this moi moi looks? Without any artificial coloring, just pure tatashi, shombo, garlic, onion and ginger. We are using 2 eggs for this recipe. All eggs have been added. It is the time to top in that mice meat on top of the moi moi puree. And that is it. This is 3 cups of beans. So let's actually count to know how many cups we made out from these 3 cups. And we got exactly 17 plates of moi moi. Now, I'll be using 2 pots to cook this moi moi. One is this I'm showing you, which is the steamer. I have this for the past 8 years and 7 years. It has been helping me a lot. All you have to do is just to plug it, put water underneath it, and it will steam your moi moi. Once the water finishes, it will off on its own. We're on it. Can you see the lights? It has peaked at 75 degree hot. Nice. Can you see the vapor? Yes. This is 1 hour and 35 minutes after I've left it for a whole time to cook. Can you see the moi moi? Can you see the graciousness inside the plate? Can you see the beauty in one accord? It's remaining small, so we'll have to put it back for about 30 minutes or 35 minutes. My estimated time for cooking this moi moi have always been 2 hours. And this is the second pot. Due to the amount of moi moi we made, we cannot use the steamer only. So this is me adding more water to it. And this is exactly 2 hours. Can you see? Moi moi well cooked and done. So delicious. Thank you for watching. Please do well. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification button to keep you noticed when I post new videos. Thanks.